Just to say, Selby, that second frame he won, he made another century, so that's 5 he's made today. Some of the guys that sort of travelled over Christmas, did exhibitions. Selby was at home. He said he did have a little knock over the New Year just to get himself into shape for the second half of the season.
That's the second time that Ronnie's been reluctant to play the shot that you see every now and then when the player goes into the pack of reds and screw back to this top cushion, opening the reds. Twice he's refused that, so possibly down to the fact that he saw Jack Jones make that century break in the opener. Doesn't want to play an open game here. Oh, this red's close. It's all the way.
What? Jack Jones won.
And that was a much better shot than it looked. These cloths very fast, very reactive. It's very easy to either over or undercook that type of shot. And the patient game may have paid off now from Jack Jones. Has Ronnie left this red to middle?
Yeah, we're just talking sort of millimetres there, really making the difference. So Sullivan has made a couple of big breaks today, but overall it's been rather inconsistent performance. At times he's been promising positions, broken down. Like to end the day on a high. I think he's come here, you know, it's not about winning the group for Ronnie O'Sullivan. He's won so many tournaments, he doesn't need to be, you know, worrying about that, but he wants to get a couple of good days practice, and that means playing well, not just playing, but you know, feeling that he's hitting the ball nicely. He's had some tip trouble, of course, which hasn't helped.
Thirty. 40. 21. 22.
Again, just taking the option to go into the reds one more time.
29.
Just get a few more balls moving. It was all kind of covering one another there, so took the opportunity to play that shot at that moment, and it's worked out fine. So, well, he's lost the cue ball.
30.
Oh, he didn't like that, did he? Useless, he says. He almost sort of kicked the table. He was never going to, but just showing a bit of frustration. Because, as I say, he's come here, you know, for practice, to try and find something ahead of the Masters, and it's just not quite happening for him.
30.
It's happening for Mark Selby on table 2. He's about to make what will be his 6th century of the day to lead Ali Carter 2-1. Not a happy picture for O'Sullivan there, though.
Yeah, and it's that exact type of shot that he just broke down on there, Ronnie, that has just been costing him today. Those little touch shots. Just not quite been 100% there with them. A lot of that has to do with the tip, there's no doubt about it. If you're not quite getting the feel out of the tip, it can be very difficult to play those little cute shots. But he's back in.
Yeah, nicely controlled. Long red.
Eight. Nine.
O'Sullivan yet to appear in a final this season. Hasn't played as many tournaments as the other top players.
12. 30.
One of those, though, isn't it? I mean, he could struggle all season, but if he won an 8th world title, that's all anyone would remember. Quite understandably, that would, of course, be a new record set. Just seems a very young 49-year-old, doesn't he? Just, he looks good, you know, he looks after himself, and he plays a young man's game still.
$20. Thank you.
Yeah, I must say, I was just up in the players' lounge and I was sat with him, and I did think the same thing. He looks very lean. He looks like he's been hitting the gym. Looking very fit.
Staying away from that lemon drizzle cake they have there 24/7 in that players' room. Can't say the same for myself.
27. 28.
Anyway, despite that mishap along the way, this is frame ball for one each.
$35. 36. 43. 44. 50. 51. 57. 58. 64. 66.
Well, in the end, it's been a lovely break. Bearing in mind, when he broke down initially, he called himself useless. This has been anything but from the first red.
69. $73.
I'm going to make sure to keep practicing, and hopefully one day I can be useless.
78.
Yeah, I mean, he's held to high standards, but he holds himself to them as well. Never quite been satisfied. But that's pushed him on to keep working, to keep practicing,
84.
to look for new ways. He's with Lee Walker at the moment as a coach and working on Lee's sort of ideas. So as I say, despite that mishap, the frame is his. Ronnie O'Sullivan levels up with Jack Jones.